Okay, here we go. So last time on Escape from Asosha, you guys went your separate ways. One party went and found Chopper and his buddies, raided their supply stash, murdered a bunch of them, and now you guys have Chopper in your clutches, still in the basement. The two law-abiding people are up above the basement in the kitchen, pretending they don't hear the screams and such, or whatever the hell's going down there. You two that went to on a trip to find the little girl found a apparently a dead knight's house with an armory underneath it with a bunch of equipment. Alex almost got killed by a troll, but then you guys took it out. You trained a guy on the longbow, and Gorb, one of your other followers, almost died. Did I get the long and short of it?
Yep.
Yee.
Yeah, we're about to come back with the little girl, and we want to do it in a public way.
Okay. So, what about you guys at the house? You guys did spend a little while disarming traps and stuff, and I think Madame Claptrap was going to try to summon her familiar in that time.
That is correct.
Okay, so now you've got your familiar with her with you. Could you go ahead and describe Anna Familia to us so we all can picture her in our head?
Sure. So my familiar is a uh, basically like a cross between like a woodland pixie and a woodland pixie and a crom sprite. Crom sprites are like the battle hardened, beefy version of the sprite, and we all know what a woodland pixie is. And so like she has a sword, she has a bow, um, and she has wings. She only has 2 health, so she's not the most stalwart of little peoples, but she does have 15 armor class. So it's hard to hit her, but she doesn't have a lot of HP. She has high stealth. Um, she has 10 walking movement speed, but 40 flying movement speed. Uh, I haven't really gotten into like what her personality's like in my head yet, so we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay, thank you. Very succinct. And Dunnan, you have peed. What are you peeing on Chopper this time? Or are you peeing somewhere else?
Always on the chopper.
All right, Chopper, being a helpless man that's near death, is unable to avoid you peeing on him, and he is now smelly and soaked. All right, everybody. What is your plan? What would you like to do with your time now that you're back in Asosha?
Need to kind of cobble together a some kind of thing to like either a wagon or a wheelbarrow out of the stuff in the basement to help us carry some of this stuff back in to the rest. Not all of it, because I'll have to send a couple groups out for it, but we'll need to get something going.
All right, what would you like to take with you to try to get back? There is a wheelbarrow over here. If you look at that on the map, there's a wheelbarrow next to these hay bales, and there's also like a sort of cart with handles on it right here in the basement. You probably could bring some stuff back with you. It's just you have to choose.
No, I think we should put every. That's up to you guys, but I think we should put all the stuff we want to keep for ourselves in Merlin's bag of holding, so it's not obvious.
So, how much does all the coins weigh?
It's plenty. I mean, I haven't had you guys really take into account like what coin weighs. With a sum of this amount, I want you guys to take into account that it is going to be a heavy thing. This is like a lot of coins. They don't have paper money.
Well, like, can you give us a ballpark? Like, is it 300 pounds, 800 pounds?
Oh shit, man.
I can look that up. There is a thing.
Holding amount.
Yeah, if you can look it up, go ahead, please.
GM, can I get a weather check on the day?
It's cold, a little drizzly, a little foggy, but it's always dark.
Thank you.
Same thing with. I'm guessing the iron wire's not going to be very heavy.
No, it's not particularly
Like
heavy.
it's a thin filament.
Yeah, these were all tripwires that were semi hard to see. The ones that you guys did not trip on your way to this house somehow. Must you break my world, all of you?
So it's saying 50 coins per pound.
So it's plenty. Let me just add this up here.
So somebody do some mental math.
Yeah, I
I'll
got the
let Ponce
calculator
do
out
it.
right here. Okay, so that's 17,450 coins divided by 50. Wait, no. So it was 50 coins per pound, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
350 pounds more or less.
We could just split it between us and then let Eki carry even more stuff in his pouch.
Yeah.
If you guys
And then
split
we
it,
need to
that's
figure out how
fine.
much of it we're.
Between the four of us, should be able to easily split that. And then the foodstuffs, we can take half of it back in my bag. And then the other half we take on a wheelbarrow around the backside to the house to the princess.
Mm-hmm.
We already did all the work. If you just take a sampling, bring it to the chica and say, we got a whole building full of this shit. I need 15 guys or 20 guys and 2 wagons. They can come back and get the rest of this shit in one run.
Yeah, we could have them deal with it.
Because they got hundreds of people at the rest. So
So I currently have 50 pounds of stuff I can carry without being encumbered for my person left.
What about the gold? Is that with the gold?
Just 50 go. I have 50 pounds that I can carry currently.
So I can
Wait.
carry all but
If you look on D&D Beyond under the equipment section, it actually has your weight carried, and then you click on it, and it'll tell you what your encumbrance is.
so I can max out my bag of holding with everything except for 1,550 of the copper pieces.
Well, John said it's only 300 and something pounds, right?
Yes, I'm currently carrying 181 pounds.
Okay. How much can Dunnan and Claptrap carry?
Fuck if I know. I mean, excuse me.
I got 94.62 equipped, but I don't.
Click on that, and it'll pull up a little tab on the right.
No,
If you're on D Beyond.
I'm on.
I'm not. I'm on roll 20. And what's our
Take the bag.
what's our total? Is that 709 to add to our 1163?
Yeah, total should be 11,772.
Thanks.
So I can actually carry all the coins back with me between my pockets and my bag of holding.
You giant man.
So if you can carry all the coin,
Yeah.
I can carry probably with that wheelbarrow. Put all the foodstuffs that we want to carry back in there, and then those unappraised chests of valuables.
Are those us or David and them?
That's you
I don't
guys.
know. Is that for us or is
That's these chests over
Okay.
here in the basement.
So
you guys asked about them
whilst-
last
and-
time, and they said they looted them from houses around the area. It's all like the nice silver and china and doodads, baubles, stuff like that.
but no weapons or anything like that among them equipment pieces?
No, they were robbing houses. They weren't exactly looking for weapons. They were looking for riches.
Well, that's
I
fine.
think
We don't.
we should give those.
Yeah, I'm not seeing much use for that for us.
Well, we can melt the silver down, which would increase the weapons that we get for, say, the townspeople if we're trying to create an army. Because the silver weapon will do damage to things that are magical in nature.
Are you saying that for us, or are you saying that for the militia people?
For the militia people, if we want, to train them.
So I forget. Somebody picked up that light crossbow. Who was that?
Eki did.
I did.
Okay. That was you. Didn't have a ranged weapon, did you?
Not anymore because I've destroyed my javelin.
That's right. So it looks like I'm gonna push a cart with several chests on it and a couple boxes of that food stuff.
All right.
And all right, you know what weight you assign those? I can push 390 pounds.
Okay. And you guys that are coming from the Knight's Abode, you guys are coming back to the rest. How are you going to do that? Are you taking your people with you? What exactly is going on?
So we're um I think we all should just go right in the front door or whatever the main entrance is with all of our folks and the little girl.
Okay, so your groups are both going to set out back to the rest, correct?
Yes, to go get talk to the princess and get some people to help us get all the stuff back.
Okay,
When
sounds
when
good.
you say both of the groups, are you talking about me and Dunnan as well, or
Oh, you guys, I figured you were staying with them, but if you're not, that's fine. Um, if you're going to split the party yet again, I need to know.
I just want to make sure I'm clear on everything.
Whatever you and Dunnan do, we can spend the time using whatever time you'll need to pack up and load the cart while y'all are doing y'all's thing.
I was going to say I could spend an hour casting Identify on these unappraised valuables and find out what's actually in them as a ritual.
So that's that. Okay, the next question is how much time has passed, Game Master?
Them getting all the traps and stuff taken down safely took them about an hour, so your ritual is complete. If they want to load up
Okay.
valuables and stuff, that's fine. It's going to take a little bit longer. What do you guys want to do while they're doing that? What are you guys doing with Chappa?
The two upstairs, remind me, did we need to take Chopper back with us, or is it okay if we wipe him from the face of the earth?
Could use a body to show the princess.
The princess wanted him.
Alive or dead?
I'm pretty sure she's kind of a goody two shoes, but I can't say what happened if he had a struggle down there and he died. I wasn't there to see it.
And maybe if he had
Roger that.
Maybe if he had some signs of putting up a really good fight. I don't know. I really can't come up with these things. It's going against me.
No, that's fine. Can we roleplay it fast?
Yeah, go for it. Chopper is on the table in front of Dunnan. Dunnan just peed on him for some reason. He's close to death. He has bubbles of blood coming out of his mouth as he breathes, but he seems to have passed out now.
Okay. So, Madame Claptrap is sitting on the floor, Indian style, in kind of a Zen moment with her book open on the floor in front of her as she's finishing up the ritual. The hour mark tones, and a dark void cloud opens above the book about head height from in front of Claptrap, and Anna Familia drops out of the void hole onto the book, stands up, stretches, looks around, the void closes, and Madame Claptrap opens her eyes and looks down at Anna and goes, "Well, hello, little one. Who are you?" Anna looks up and goes, "Oh, so it was you who summoned me here." "Duh, it was me." "Well, I guess I'm in your service for now." "Duh, you are. Let's be friendly." All right, all right. And so Anna jumps onto Claptrap's shoulder as she stands up, and she grabs her book and puts it next to her other book in her body. She walks around the table, and she looks at she looks at Chopper, who's barely conscious and wet with urine. Peers over at Dunnan and goes, "Ah, you got another one." And she peers down at Chopper and says, "Give me one good reason to keep you alive.
He's snoring. He is passed out, and there's like foam coming out of his mouth, like with like bloody foam. He's he's relaxed enough to where he can finally pass out. He's no longer in excruciating pain, but he's still very much worse for wear.
She listens for a moment. I'm sorry. I no hear. Speak up. She listens to the gargle and waits. I hear no reason. Dunnan, you hear reason?
No.
Good. Tasty snack then. Dunnan, you have any good reason why should not eat?
You do whatever you want to do. I'm just seeing all these weird things coming out of holes and stuff. I'll be over here in the corner.
Anna looks at the madam quite quizzically. Eat? Are you hungry? There's food over there on the table. So madam looks at Anna and says, not that kind of food. Anna kind of looks quizzical, and Madam Claptrap claps her hands together, stretches them out in front of her, cracks her knuckles, takes a deep breath in, and puts one hand on each side of Chopper's face. Takes a deep breath in, exhales, and another deep breath as she squeezes a little bit harder and harder. And off to a lovingly sleep in the afterlife, Chopper passes. Full body shiver. Anna is so startled by the full body shiver that she jumps to the table, takes a look quizzically, and goes, "Are you all right?" And Madame Claptrap opens her eyes and looks at Anna and goes, "Oh, I'm fine, darling. Very, very, very fine."
So it takes a moment for Chopper to pass, and when the energy finally passes into you, you feel the connection between you and your familiar strengthen a bit, and the power that you take from this man that's at your mercy, you can tell that your patron is pleased, and a sort of feedback comes back to you from from your patron. You and your familiar both gain one maximum HP.
Thank you.
And that's permanent, by the way. I already did it to your familiar. You can do it to yourself.
Okay.
And Choppa did. He looks like a husk of a man now.
Oh, really? I was trying to keep him all like full body, but hey,
Well,
it
the
is what it
lights
is.
left him. He's no longer moving, and he looks like he's been starved a little bit. But otherwise, it doesn't look like you've like mutilated him or anything. And with that, you guys are packed up.
Hi. So it's 302 GP worth of coins per person if we split it by 6.
Are we giving none of it back to the rest?
What you do with your gold is up to you.
Well, David was one advertising for it the last time, but he's being awful quiet.
Well, he's probably still doing stuff around his house.
I mean, the gold, we should at least give some. Or
Well, we could.
We are. So we get 1,200. There was a count of 1,200 gold total. I had the idea to give it 100 pieces. If you guys want to give a little bit more, we could give 200 pieces. But Claptrap isn't willing to give any more than 200 pieces to the people of the rest.
300 gold out of 1,200 for 6 people.
Because if you add the value of each, the copper, the silver pieces, and the GB
Oh,
together,
you add the copper. Okay.
that equals to
Okay,
I
so
don't care about how they.
1,812.5 is
I'm
the
good with.
value total.
I'm good with giving my entire share back to the rest, considering there's like, or maybe my entire share minus like 50 or something, because there's literally like nobody here, and like the value of gold necessarily is not.
So we do have the 4 chests of valuables that are unappraised that we can technically appraise and give back to them.
So you were supposed to be appraising that while he was doing his ritual, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you're just gonna wait on Pato to give us a value then.
yeah, I will get that to you guys. It's mostly it's a whole lot of silver. All right, we'll deal with that whenever we're trying to use it. It's a lot of things from houses, a lot of silver, a lot of gold pendants and such. It's all stuff that's not coins, but it's also valuable. There's rings and amulets and headbands and chokers and maybe
But
a couple painting frames and stuff. What?
no magical items in the lot, correct?
There is one amulet in there that is warm to the touch. You can tell that it is a minor enchantment. And there is one ring that has an enchantment on it that makes it always shine no matter how dark it is. Like it's always sparkly.
So we just take the magical items and then we just give them the 4 chests. And we keep the gold, which is easier for us to transport around with and as our payment.
Yeah. So I'll be whenever they're ready. I've got the wheelbarrow loaded up with the 4 chests of valuables and then the foodstuffs on top.
I'm carrying the coin back so we can split it out.
Okay, so the two groups that are going back to the rest right now, Alex and Lark, you guys are headed back to the rest. What I want one of you to do, like whoever wants to do it, one of you roll a 1d4. We're rolling for random events that are happening when you're coming back. 4.
Oh, 4.
Okay. Your group, the group that's coming back from the Choppa house, roll 1d4 as well.
So Dunnan and I are good to go with the group now, right?
Yes. I mean,
Cool.
if you want to. So a representative roll at 1d4.
I'm pushing the cart. Somebody else do it.
Hey, Cody, can you roll?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, sun goes.
oh,
Okay, so you're going to enjoy that. All right, the first, let me move
you.
these encounters over to this map, okay?
Let the record show that after I sucked that guy dry,
Ooh,
I totally boned Dunnan before
Totally.
we came out of the room.
Slop the knob.
Yeah, you get down to-
Oh, we went all the way. I was so full of energy at that point in time from Chopper that I needed a way to release.
Yeah, so she had to get down, way down low because he's a short.
Fuck you, I'm an athlete. I can climb.
6-foot woman, buddy, and go to town. So which map are we going on to, John?
You're staying here. I am copying and pasting these encounters from other parts of the campaign here onto this one so that we don't have, since we've already split the party, I have to have you guys all on one page. So, there. Okay. So, I'm talking to Alex and Lark right now. I'm going to move you guys over here. Lark, behave. Get over there. Okay. So, you're traveling through the streets, careful not to disturb the peace too much and attract unwanted attention. You come upon an overhang building nestled in the middle of a square. Inside, there are 5 humanoid figures that appear to be squaring off, and hands are drifting toward weapons. As you get closer, you hear fervent whispers replied to with full-throated shouts and laughter. There's a guy that's speaking right now. He's like, Listen, we can fix it. Just give Kira here a couple hours, and she'll get us all water without bringing the horde down on us." So this guy's like a middle-aged man wearing like a brocade that looked like it belonged under real armor as opposed to being someone's armor. And he steps between the four others in an apparent attempt to keep the peace. And another guy that's next to him, like he's decked out in all sorts of jingly stuff, like bits and bobs that clack and clang as he gesticulates. He says, "Oh, screw that!" It's he's saying this at like nearly a shout. "If you keeper cowards want to spend the night here doing something that will help you feel safer, be our guests. We will get what we need and be on our way." And then a woman that's over by the these spigots over here in the overhang, she says, "Keep your voice down, Chimes. We could all get our fill and leave. Just let me look at the system before you go pounding away like apes and doom us all." And you presume this is Kira. She's a petite woman with like dirty blonde hair wearing coveralls and a tool belt.
Wait, is that the same Kira like from the Vanguard or whatever it was?
Yeah, I was like, that name sounds familiar, but
Yeah, you guys heard about Kira in the rest.
She's the one
She's the resident plumber that's trying to get the water working.
Oh, right.
Uh,
Wait, who's pussy form?
That's Keeley.
Right. Thank you.
you like those K names.
Yeah, whatever. You can come up with the fucking names next time.
Wait, I like
No,
that name.
it's fine. I like it. So, okay, wait. So she's trying to get the water going, and other guys are like upset with her because she can't. I'm a little confused.
You can ask him if you want.
Okay. Hey guys, what's going on here? You okay? You okay, Kira?
Who are you?
Well, I've been hanging around at the rest just recently. We both have. Here's my fellow here, Alex.
I'm
been
gonna unveil
helping
you
out
even
the
if you don't want to be
princess.
unveiled.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you're like standing right next to me.
So
What?
the guy that's trying to intercede himself between the two groups, he says, "We don't know you. We were just, but if you're with the rest, that's fine. Maybe we were out while you were in. We were trying to fetch some water from the pump station here, but we have a problem." And this guy, the loud guy with all the things dangling off of him, he shouts like, "The problem is you people are afraid of your own farts and won't make any noise even if it fucking dooms all of you to die of thirst." And Kira, in a sort of whisper, she's like, "The problem is that the pipes aren't used as much as they used to be. They're full of air. Which is something that can be fixed by just turning the damn things on." "Yes, but if we turn them on, the pipes are going to knock like a fucking tax collector until the air is forced out on this end. We won't be carrying much water back home if we're slouching and moaning corpses before our tanks are full."
So it's gonna make a lot of noise, and you need someone to help you defend from the zombies.
And how long does it take to fill them?
Chimes, the guy that's been shouting at everybody, is like, "It's just as risky to stay here anyway, exposed for hours. I say we turn the things on, make the noise, and defend ourselves like the gods intended for us to be. We'll fight for our water, eh?" If it's all the same to you, we'd rather not. People back home are counting on us to come back.
Where were we getting water before?
Before, the water system was working. However, now that the pump station, now that the desalination plant has been taken over by God's know what, the pipes are just full of water that we'd like to just bring over here. From my calculations, this place is at a lower elevation than the pump station, and the pipes should have some water in them if we just release the valve here. We'll get our water and leave.
What would it take for us to retake the desalination plant?
More than me. If I could get there, maybe I could get it back and running. But from what I hear, it's been taken over by monsters, maybe terrible people. Either way, people that go that way don't come back.
Trolls.
Trolls.
Oh,
You might be right.
we happened to meet one of those friendly fellows just recently.
I'm just saying, if you hadn't noticed, Ososha is an island. We get all of our water from the brackish water that comes in from the ocean and meets the river here. It's not exactly drinkable when we get it, but the enchantments and the machines and such at the desalination plant, they give us the water we need. However, with that down, we just have the water that's in the pipes.
So, what I hear, we need water and we need to turn it on, but it'll potentially cause a problem. Call more zombies here.
I think I could get them working if you just give me a while to do something about it, but at the same time, we still need the water right now. And Chimes here isn't ready to wait. He's being a dick about it too.
Oh, well then, try to fix it. Fuck
If-
that guy.
If you ask me, they're way too ready to let fear rule their lives to survive much longer. A Dauntless doesn't back down when they're challenged. We'd rather be challengers. I'm damn sure gonna come back home covered in blood, but I want to bring water too. Keepers don't have the monopoly on thirsty people.
Look at here. If you want to go fight some shit, go. But we need to wait and do this safely.
Uh,
Oh, Dallas, I had a really fun night with you guys. Um, have to say though, maybe we could do a little scouting to see what the realize before we just turn on the water. Do a little scouting to see what our chances are.
Well, she said she can fix it if you just give her a little bit without causing so much noise.
Can you do a persuasion check on these guys if you want them to do something different?
Well, I'm curious, like before do something different. Just
The guy wants his water. Like he is trying to get them to turn this thing on. He's trying to turn it on himself, and he doesn't want to wait for Kira. You'll have to persuade him to do something different. The Dauntless guys are armed to the teeth, like they're the fighters of the group. The rest guys are more out here as a necessity.
Kira, how long do you think it'll take for you to do the work on this?
I don't know. Guess it depends on what's going on here. This is a complicated system, and sometimes I might have to follow the pipes back to where they came from to make the flow happen. I'm just saying we don't need to attract a lot of attention to get this done. You just give me a minute. Also, I haven't slept in a while.
Oh, so there's a chance that it could not work.
It will work. She kind of like crosses her arms and looks away for a moment.
What do you think, Alex?
I think he needs to calm down and just see if we can fix it first. Worst is going to happen. We'll stay out here a little longer. And hey, we'll turn it on anyways.
Persuasion check.
And you are more than willing to kill all the dead you want on the way back.
It's not that I'm looking
more
to
than
kill the
welcome, not
undead
willing.
right here. I'm just saying that we shouldn't wait for the water any more than we have to. I'm saying that we could face the undead here anyway. We might as well get it over with and then get our water and be gone. He is unconvinced.
But the folks from the rest maybe aren't as prepared to shed blood as you are. Do you think you could be a little bit more patient?
It's not my fault their group is full
Not
of
to mention having
weaklings.
No, but you're actually still alive, just like these folks, and maybe we could keep it that way instead of making more dead people for you to fight.
He sighs and turns to his friend and kind of does like a shrug thing. His friend shrugs back. I'll give you half an hour, but I have to get this water back to my people. You understand? We can't live
So,
off of moonshine over there anymore.
so in this half an hour, how about you do a little scouting? Go around and see if how matched or how sorry, what we're up against, and if we need to help you, we will.
So he turns to his buddy, motions with his chin, and his buddy kind of like clomps off over this way. They don't seem to be too worried about being quiet, but um, let's see, Chimes here. He clicks and clacks, and he kind of like puts his back up against the palisade over here, and he just starts. He watches you work. He says, "If it's all the same to you, don't want to leave my water over here." Kira, for her part, just nods and goes back to work with her tools. She she's very tentatively banging on pipes and turning things and working on valves and such. The tension is visibly leaving a lot of people, but at the same time, they all need things. All right, you guys that are coming back to the, I think it's southeast to the rest, you guys rolled a 1 on your random encounter. Hooray for you. Let me get that. Let me get that encounter. Oh, that's a big one.
Mm.
All right, hang on.
I just got my dick wet. I ain't scared.
I'd be scared of the clap.
I think there was a rule about like pulling things.
It's a trap.
Like little dwarf.
Are you saying claptrap was a trap? Like maybe you got something else wet?
A clap.
Like a
You may manhandle the Dunnan.
I got a cure for that.
like a motorcycle in a garage.
House in Iron Wing. In vodka.
Like a motorcycle in a garage.
I was just thinking about the
Trap.
I can't remember that phrase,
Like a hot dog down a hallway?
Yeah.
That was my favorite phrase back in the day. It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Sorry, guys, I'm
That's
moving
the one.
things here.
So we got a lovely encounter on the way back to.
Oh, yeah, you guys got the worst one.
Oh, fucking great!
Yeah, I thought we had a rule about Eki rolling for encounters.
No, it wasn't me.
No, that wasn't me. I thought that was Cody.
It was Cody and Sam.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's why I asked Cody to roll.
Be nice to him, DM. It's his birthday.
Oh, it's just goblins.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Cody.
Yeah, it's just goblins.
Thank you.
Now,
What do you
Is
like?
this the worm?
28?
What?
No, for real though. How old are you? Like 32?
5.
Ah, 35.
okay, I think I've got everything set the way I want it to be. All right, let me get your tokens and put them down there.
Is that more treasure in there?
There's always more treasure in there.
How old are
the
you,
same.
Yeah,
Hecky?
we turn
I'm
we
34.
turned
I'll be
39 in September.
No, I'm 38. I turned 38 in May.
Dude, okay, wow.
Who am I missing? Let's see.
That's all of us.
That's all you. It's just the four of you.
I are the oldest one.
Okay. Now, you guys are down on the map to the south here. All right, let me read you the thing. All right, you come upon a makeshift barricade along the street. At first, it looks unmanned, but your keen eyes, I'm looking at you, Treader, detect movement behind the wooden stakes that make up the structure. Your suspicions are further raised when you look around, seeing that every window on the street is open or broken. Then the first bolt whistles over your head. The street explodes into activity. Little figures scramble from cover and take aim. So you're going to need to roll for initiative with all these goblins here.
Oh, like straight up right now?
Yeah, they're already firing at you.
Can you grab my... Oh, no, she's there. Never mind.
Oh, she
Did that
did.
go through? No, I didn't click on my character. Hold on. Wow, what do the other run the same exact roll on initiative twice?
Ooh, Pato. How
Yo.
do I roll initiative for Anna?
She goes right after you.
She's got her own
It
character
should.
sheet.
Oh, wait, did that work? Yes, it did. Ooh.
Welcome to the fight.
Thank you, I found it. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm rolling for the goblins you saw. Now I'm rolling for the goblins you don't see.
Joy.
Yeah, I wouldn't just put you
wouldn't
guys up against four goblins.
So, Eki or Pato, can I unlimber my shield and axe, or did that take an action?
No, it doesn't take an action. Hang on just a second. Oh, hang on. Oh my gosh. You guys got the big one.
What? Oh, what?
He was watching. That bugaboo got a big.
Yeah, we can see all the initiatives you're rolling for there, Pato. I don't know if you meant to do that.
Oh, perfect. I thought since they were on the GM layer, you wouldn't be able to see them.
Oh, no, we just saw
Okay.
every
Oh, no.
single one of them.
Yeah, we see your
Fires,
initiative.
fires.
Well, fine. You know what to expect then. You're going to need it if you want to survive this fight.
An ogre.
Okay, I think that's all of them.
I think I'm
16.
thinking.
11. He rolled 11 initiatives.
So, Pato, just yes, if I were to pull the hurdy-gurdy out, could we, disengage?
We'd have to leave your wheelbarrow probably.
I lied. 17.
Okay, so you guys have gotten shot at by crossbows, right? You're down at this part of the street. Now, this map, you can see I'm kind of reusing assets here. There are two stories. There's the first story where you guys are right now, and then there's this place down to the south of you. That's the second story area, right? You've got the roofs of buildings, and you've got the interior second story buildings here. All right. First guy we're going to do is this one. Okay, so you've got a guy in the second story over here. You see a crossbow stick out of the window, and a goblin takes a shot at Dunnan over there. Where's my crossbow goblins? Fuck it, we'll do it live. All right, he's gonna fire his bow at you. All right, does not hit, but so an arrow whistles over your head. You go to the next boy. And Madam Claptrap, it's your turn.
Oh boy, why me first? Okay. Is anybody else's spells and abilities page royally effed?
I'll use Roll20 or D&D Beyond.
The D&D Beyond, I hadn't had any problems with it.
Joy. Because it has all my spells and junk, but it's like not loaded properly. It's got a bunch of attributes and abilities. But where's this? Oh, ha ha, I'm an idiot. So, hold on, let me make sure. Sorry, I'm doing some calculations.
It's okay.
I'll be with you in a second.
They must have changed that interface thing because usually when you roll for guys on the GM layer, usually you wouldn't actually see their rolls on your part.
Right. First question. Anna is technically sitting, Anna Familia is technically sitting on my shoulder. So if I move, does she move with me or is she on the ground right now?
If she's on your shoulder, that's fine.
Okay.
But she's got her own
Second.
movement she can do.
I understand. Second, what is this? Is it a window or a door?
Where? Ping it for me again. Okay, that's a door. Anything that is just solid wood like that, that's a door jam. If you see like one of these right here with the glass pane in the middle of it, that's a window.
Roger, roger. So, um, hmm, I'm gonna look. So I have a spell. So I'm gonna talk to the boys. Yo, dudes, I have a spell called Darkness. It says magical darkness spreads from the point you choose within a range to fill a 15-foot radius sphere for the duration. The darkness spreads around the corners. Creatures within the darkness cannot see through the darkness, and non-magical light cannot illuminate it. If the point you choose is on an object, blah 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 blah, completely covering the source of the darkness with an opaque object such as a bowl or something, does not it blocks the darkness. Okay. Anyways. Um so knowing that, I was wondering if you guys want me to throw darkness at the blockade at the end of the street so that we can deal with um, the people in the windows and on the roofs of the second floors first. The only problem is it's a concentration spell, so I won't be able to throw my normal lovely bolts of force at any of the opponents. Do you want me to fight with bolts of force, or do you want me to throw darkness at the end of the alleyway until we can get the others cleaned up?
Personally, I'd just say throw some force bolts around. There are goblins; they don't have the highest HP, and they've got to get through. All of us are pretty well. Or you two are the only two that aren't really well armored.
Yeah, I'm not well armored, which is why I was going to kind of like trounce over to that door so I could like take cover in the doorway while I throw stuff. Like basically step out of the doorway, throw a force bolt, step back in for cover type stuff. I've got to walk over there to see if there's anybody in that building first. But yeah, what do you guys, Cody? What do you think?
I mean, that's a good idea if you were to put it like on your pet and be able to have your pet channel it, and then the pet could move around and cover us with darkness. But then we'd be fighting blind just like they are, and it would probably just as good just having you pop in and out, throwing fucking damage because.
Okay, yeah. So
I would just need to squish as many flies as possible.
the spell range is 60 feet. So I was going to move to that doorway and then throw the darkness down at the end. So like down here. So that all the dudes on the blockade would be blind and wouldn't be able to see us. Because you can't see through the darkness either. Eki, what do you say?
I would say just because we can't see them doesn't mean that some of them might not have dark sight and they could see us just fine.
Well, it's
And so
magical darkness, so it wouldn't matter if they had dark vision.
There's magical casters in there. You don't know what's going to be over there. And all it does is give them disadvantage to hit. That doesn't mean that they still can't hit us.
True.
It just means we also have disadvantage trying to attack back if they are hitting us.
I say we start taking
Roger that.
as quickly as we can.
Full frontal assault then. So I am going to take myself and Anna and walk over to this doorway and take a look to see if there's anybody in this building.
There
Master-
is! And he hits you with his Morning Star. Or he attempts to. What's your AC?
10.
All right, so a bugbear charges out of the darkness, swings his Morning Star at you, and hits you for 8 piercing damage with his Morning Star. But he has a special surprise attack, and he gets to do 2 extra 2d6 damage. It's 11. So he does 19 damage to you on this round. You appear to have uncovered a secondary part of the goblin's ambush.
Lovely. I'm now missing half my health.
Now that you've moved, what do you want to do?
Move back.
He's gonna get attacked by back.
Well, she can disengage. She hasn't taken an action
Take your
yet.
action.
True. Yeah. Well. Ooh, do I know where this bugbear is in the
Get you
in the
Oh,
Right in front.
bugbear? Is
My bad.
bugbear before Cody? No.
the
Cody's
only
before
I'm
bugbear.
sorry, there was a second one, but like the only reason that guy actually was able to come and surprise attack you like that is because he was actually before you in the initiative roll. He rolled a 22, and I had him ready in attack for if somebody were to come in, or he was going to charge out if you guys just charged up the street. So like he was waiting for something to happen like that. The other guy is caught flat-footed. He doesn't see you there. I mean, he does not have his weapon ready like the other guy did. You'll see it in the video. I had this guy highlighted whenever I was in the combat thing.
Hey, can you do us a favor? And now that we've seen them, can you put little illuminations around them because they're super dark on my screen?
Oh my gosh! Did the auras aren't coming through because the
No, sir.
fine. Okay, so ever since roll
That one is.
20 ever since roll 20 changed their interface, they made it to where the default nobody can see that shit. I'll start working through the goblins and doing that.
Oh, those two are good now.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and disengage and hop back over here, over here, ish, kind of behind the building.
Okay.
With Anna and Yeah, that's my action. I'm disengaging. I'm taking cover. I just lost half my health. I'm good.
So you guys see Madame Claptrap like look in a doorway, get smashed with a fucking morning star, then stumble back your way and around a corner like mm. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Treader, your keen senses pick up on chanting somewhere in one of the buildings um, within about 60 feet of you. You can hear chanting. It's kind of echoing off the walls, and you can hear like rhythmic pattering of feet on wood.
I should have
All right,
rolled
boys.
perception and everything. I should have.
All right, boys. Looks like we got some fun to be had tonight. Sounds like there's a lot of them, and there's got some casters. We need to be on our toes. Maybe to find some cover pretty quick. I wouldn't suggest splitting up.
I went to find. I went to find cover and they hit me in face.
The next goblin to go is from a window over here. He's up on the upper story of this building, and he uses a short bow against Treader. And you're easily able to take it on your shield, no problem.
Yeah, I'm at 18 now with my shield out.
Yeah. Let me get the next one. And you'll see me revealing goblins down the southern map right now as I roll for them. Another one goes for you, Treader. This one is also easily taken on your shield.
My shield becomes littered with arrows. Does that mean it gets extra, protection?
If only. All right, next one goes for Eki. Your armor is easily able to deflect this one. And you can hear like a yell and a sort of whip lashing in the distance, and an ogre stumbles out from this alleyway over here and looks at you
Ogre
stupidly.
An ogre considered a large creature, yes.
Yes, he is technically a giant. Let me see.
Would he be able to fit through the doorway of the building?
No, he is unable to fit in doorways, but he came out of an alleyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm leaning toward making a dash for this building here.
All right. Next, you hear the as if on cue, like as if his friend was this particular ogre's cue to run over this way. He also does. He comes around the corner. He's getting ready to charge you guys. All right, and this goblin takes a shot at Dunnan with a short bow through the window. 15. Is your AC 15 or lower, Dunnan?
13.
Okay, so this arrow pierces you and does 7 points of damage. And Sun Go Frog, it's your turn.
All right.
He's trying to kill us, boys.
You guys at the pipe hitters encounter. I'm going to get back to you as soon as a whole round of combat goes through with these guys. We're down in the 7s now.
I'm gonna get here in front of Madame Claptrap and ready an attack.
Okay. Dunnan?
Well, I'm just going to do what needs to be done right here. And I'm going to go balls first into this room and commence the fighting so that maybe they can follow me in if need be.
Okay, that's a hit. On the bugbear, let me just his armor class. Yep, that is definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. Oh, yeah, it's 5. Never mind. And he's got to do a Constitution saving throw, right?
Yes.
All right, Constitution of 5. So he is now bleeding. Do a 1d4 to see how much he bleeds for. 1. Okay, so he takes 6 damage. Your cleaver lands in his belly, and you can see that he's leaking a few fluids. Otherwise, he is healthy and hale. Your cleaver kind of went through his armor. All right, go ahead.
Again.
Do it again. Okay, another Constitution saving throw for him. What is the DC for that one? I forget what it is.
Is it 10?
Yeah, what do you mean?
What does it say on your Pit Fighter's
One
cleaver?
Target must take a DC 14 con save.
Okay, so he hasn't passed either of
plus
those.
4.
So you just took 2 attacks.
Doogie.
Are you following up with an unarmed, or are you gonna? What are you doing?
So I'm gonna hit him with unarms.
Okay, that one is not a
Or
hit.
attempt to.
He glances it off his armor. He's able to twist away. And again.
Well, fuck. Alright, I'm done.
Okay, so the bugbear next to you takes a swing at you. That's the one that you haven't been hitting. Goes for you with his Morning Star. Well, I'd say that's a hit. Does 14 piercing damage to you. His Morning Star lands in your shoulder, and you can feel the meat ripping as he takes it back out and readies for another one. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I already included the bonus there. And let me reveal another goblin here. Okay. A goblin over here, leaning out of this window, fires his short bow over at Treader. Du-du-du-du. Yeah, you are a arrow magnet, yet you're able to block almost all of them. All right, so your familiar Anna is ready to go, madam.
All right. She looks around at everything that's happened. Looks at Claptrap. What did you bring me into all this for? Claptrap. I brought you here because to help with all of this. What did you think that I could do? Look how small I am. Just shut mouth and help. Right. Uh, I'm gonna have her move to the rooftop and just kind of take some surveillance type stuff to see what she can see, to see if she can uncover anything. So let's move her this rooftop right over here.
Okay.
Um, how do I roll like perception for her to see if she can see anything?
Roll a d20. Does she have any bonuses to perception? Should be under wisdom, unless it says it in like under her senses.
She has +3 to perception.
Okay, so roll your d20 and then add 3 to it.
So 19.
19. Okay. So the chanting, she can hear chanting just like
Ooh, wait.
Treader can.
It doesn't matter. It was a D20, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's 19. So she's up on this roof over here. She can hear chanting coming from within this building somewhere. She can pinpoint it for you, although she hasn't told you yet.
Right. Just curious. How far do yells reach in D&D?
You guys can yell at each other from the same encounter. I mean, you guys are only what 30 feet apart or something like that.
Yeah, about 40 feet.
Yeah, if you can yell, she can yell.
Okay. So she looks down at the rest of us and goes, "Oi! I can hear some yelling in this building to my right. A bunch of yelling." And then she readies. Let me see if she needs to attack. Let me see. Question: can she see this guy?
Yes, she can see him from where she is.
All right, then let's try to take a bow shot.
Okay. No, he's able to get out of the way of that little arrow.
All right, that's pretty much all she's got then.
Okay.
She can't do anything else, right?
Well, she took an action. She used her senses and moved. She should be. That's it.
All right, cool.
All right, more goblin short bows. This one back here is about to take a shot at Treader, him being the most visible.
Say short bow, but that guy's got a axe.
All goblins come equipped with short bows and scimitars. That's what they've got. All right, Treader. I'm sorry, like I'm limited by the technology of my time. I don't have the minis for for like all of it. Treader, it's your turn.
I'm going to do a perception check to see if I can see any traps, any more enemies sticking out through the windows, anything else like of a tactical nature that I need to assess the situation.
Go ahead. All right, 16. You sense no traps. You're still hearing the chanting going on in this building over here. You are able to see a goblin trying to lean out of the. I brought up a weird thing. You unveil a goblin right here in this window, and you see one over here as well.
And these are all on the first floor.
Yeah, your map that you're on is on the first floor. The one to your south, the map to your south is the second floor map.
And that would just be the street. That's still a street between them of the street we're on.
Yeah, I darkened the street where the map is not relevant. You're like here.
Okay. I'm going to cast a cantrip, Toll the Dead, on the bugbear that Cody's been beating up. I can see it through the doorway.
Okay, what does that do to a living thing?
So point at one creature you see within range. Sound of the dolorous bell fills the air around it for a moment. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take necrotic damage. If the target is missing hit points already, it's a D12 instead of a D8. If I'm over 5th level, it takes 2 D12s.
All right, do it, man. Okay, let me make his wisdom save. He does not save.
Is that a critical fail?
That is a critical fail. Let's see. So you're able. Wait. Okay, if you're over 5th level, you do 2 d12s, right?
Yeah, I already cast it as such.
Okay, so he critically failed his wisdom saving throw. Your spell impacts him, and he can hear a disturbing bell in his head. His eyes roll back in his head, and he starts to foam at the mouth, and he falls to the floor, and he's extremely close to death.
I'm gonna then move and go into the building where Dun and Ironwing is, and I would like. Am I close enough to use my? I'm gonna use one of my other actions, one of my abilities, to one of my. I can't remember what the name they call it. War Priest abilities. It gives me an extra action per turn,
Okay.
and I'm gonna unleash my shotgun blast on this bugbear that's to the left of Cody.
Okay.
Use my slugs. I haven't had a chance to use them yet.
Oh my gosh. It's a crit. So this is not the cone win. This is a straight shot, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here's your crit card. Maximum damage, roll the
That's the
dice.
pierced.
Yeah. Yeah. So is it the one on the ground you were doing, or the one that's next to Cody?
No, the one that is to his left.
Okay, cool.
Because the other one you said was prone, right? And he's almost dead.
That's right. So 17
Yeah,
plus
so I'm shooting for the
19.
one that-
And you get a +1 from just being next to Cody. Is that right?
Yeah, it's within 10 feet.
Okay, so you pretty much vaporize this guy with your slug shot. You want to role play it, or what's the deal?
After seeing, Treader or Dunnan taking 2 massive hits while being hit, taking his bugbears, Treader in the room and just lays this dude out with a shotgun blast to try to get to Dunnan so he can heal him up.
Your slug passes through his chest, and his heart is now missing. He's got a big hole in his chest where his heart should be.
Now, Dunn and I are in the building, right? Undercover, technically.
Yes, you guys are both in the building. You're both shouldered into the doorway.
Cool.
The bugbear in front of you is prone and foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, if I were to continue moving a little bit, would that invite any opportunity attacks?
Now he's prone and might as well be incapacitated.
Okay. Need to make sure of one little thing real quick before. Yeah, I have one more bonus action. I'm gonna cast onto Dunnan a Shield of Faith. It's a level 1.
Okay, you guys keep track of that. I won't be able to with all this shit going on.
Yeah, I think Cody can add it to his own character if he clicks on his name. But it'll make his AC +2.
Yes.
All right, Goblin's turn. All right. More bows, shooting at Sun Go Frog since he's the only one visible. One of them actually hits.
I'll be
For 5. That's cute. And then another one in this doorway. He kicks the door open and fires again at Sun Go. That one's a crit.
nice.
Does 7. So you've got 2 arrows sticking out of you, 2 stupid black feathered goblin arrows. All right, so we've made it through a whole round of combat over there. You guys that are doing the pipe hitters thing, I hope you're still awake. I'm sorry about that.
Yes.
Okay.
I finished all my stuff, so I'm here now.
Okay, so Kira is futzing with the pipes over there, and she is. Let me roll a d20 for her right quick to see how well it's going. It's not going well. She is trying to turn a bunch of things with like a pipe wrench, and she's using her hands to like wrench this thing open, and she slices her hand open as she tries to work on one of these things, and she curses and backs off for a second.
Hey, you need some help there?
Ah, fuck. I probably will. Just fucked up my hand.
Let me see. Alex looks at her hand and can I see what's going on? See how bad it is?
Yeah, do a medicine check. Yeah, you can tell it's going to be painful, and if you're able to wrap it pretty well to get her going again, but the hand's going to be a little bit weaker.
Hey, you ain't got any extra cloth? I need to wrap this.
The guy over here, what the fuck was his name? Ban. Ban comes over and hands you a bandage. Like, here you go.
Oh,
I
thanks.
have
This is gonna suck, but yeah, let me do this. And I wrap her hand up and cinch it tight.
Pena
That's gonna
busies
be pretty
herself
weak.
just skipping around the plaza like, ooh, look at all this. This is kind of fun. I don't have to go back home yet. Oh, there's that blood.
Don't eat it.
I didn't plan to eat it, but ew, I got some on my dress. Mom's not going to be happy. Meanwhile, Gorb has come over by the wall next to the overhang building, and he's put his back against it and he's trying to catch a nap because he's lost a lot of blood. His friend is here with him. All right, so Kira, having been bandaged by you, goes back to work and she tries to get going with the pipes.
Do you need some help?
I do need some help. Could you do something with this over here? And she shows you a bit of very stubborn a very stubborn valve. So just pull on it, and could you make a sleight of hand check? Okay. You pull on it, it comes away, and you hand it to her, and she's like, "Oh, that's bugger's been bugging me for a while now." And she gets back to work right next to you, and she keeps on pointing out things that she needs you to do. Meanwhile, the guy from the Dauntless has made it back, and he leans over, whispers to Chimes. He's like, "Hey, I saw a bunch of undead over there. We're gonna have a fight on our hands if we don't hurry up."
Is that loud enough for me to hear?
Yes, you can hear it.
How many?
Lots, lots. Chimes, Chimes kind of chimes up. He's like, he can't actually count.
was it just undead or any other special creepy crawly?
It's the dead. The dead are out there. We need to get out of here now. Otherwise, we're not gonna make it back.
Now calm down. Were they headed in this direction?
No, I was able to slip away pretty well. Burns my ass to
So,
do
as
it
long
like
as we don't
that.
make too much noise. But we need to set up some spots, so just in case they come from that area. Which way they were coming from?
East. So you guys have a scrap of a pile of like scrap wood and stuff over here. You notice that you probably could make a few things to keep the undead, at least slow the undead down a little bit if you want to take the time to set up.
Yes, I would like to do that.
All right, so where would you like to set up? You've got enough for like one large barricade or maybe two small ones. Where do you want to set them up?
Now, this little area right here, is that enough for one small area, or that needs to be too big?
A small barricade is one hex. A large barricade is two.
Okay, then
Hmm.
the area. Hold on, I'll ping it. This area. That's not where the guy came from, is it? Like, where does that go?
No, east, right here.
Yeah, where does this one go?
Goes to the west.
No shit, but like back to the rest, or I don't know exactly where we are.
The rest is to your
Geograph-
south.
How you guys doing? Can you make it? Or does he need to get back now?
Gorb turns to you and he's like, I'm gonna make it. Alright. It burns like a motherfucker though.
Good man. We need to build some barricades.
I can lift
Yep.
things. And he staggers to his
Ye-
feet and just kind of shambles over to the wood pile.
Can you do me a favor? Can you take your buddy back to the rest, get him bandaged up?
Yeah.
Can you make it?
He won't like it, but I think I can take him.
Please. I don't want him to die out here.
So you see the guy, I haven't given him a name, but you see the guy that you trained at the longbow go over to Gorb, pat him on the back. Gorb winces, and then you see him like kind of pull on his shoulder, and Gorb reluctantly lets him support his weight as they go to the south and head over to the rest. Gorb nods at you as he goes by, a look of respect in his eyes, and also a bit of shame because he has to go home.
Should we send the kid with them?
I actually forgot about her.
I want to stay with you. You're the handsome knight and the magic lady.
Yeah, I'm
All
not
right.
entirely sure I trust those guys in terms of fighting.
You killed a troll. You'll be able to take some zombies.
Fine. Just stay behind us. Stay close to me.
All right. Kira curses again. She just rolled a 2. And you can hear like air rushing out of one of the valves that she was just messing with. She goes, shit, shit, shit. And as the air rushes out of the valve, you can hear something underground start to like shake and knock. You hear like metal clanging on stone, and it's like pounding and pounding and pounding over and over. That some kind of loose piping is shaking underneath the ground.
Well,
Fuck.
that's something.
Well, looks like
Something
we're
we can
getting
do
water.
about it now.
Fellas, we're gonna get water. You
Yeah.
better get your buckets and maybe get your sword ready too.
Pina, stay by me.
So did you guys still want to put up barricades or what's the deal?
Oh, I figured we didn't have time now.
You don't know yet. It is making a whole shit ton of noise, and you can tell something is coming down the pipe.
By
All right, quick,
something,
guys. We need to make a
you-
barricade over here to the east where the zombies were coming from.
Yep, I'm on it. Chimes, now that action is starting to come your way, is completely attentive and ready to do things. He and his buddy both go over to the scrap pile. The other guys do too.
Pina, please stay over here.
Righto. Do I get to see another battle?
Maybe.
Yeah. Keep your helmet on.
You just stay near me, darling. We'll get through this together. Will you go grab that bucket? And Pina goes and grabs like one of the buckets and comes over to Kira. Kira grabs like one of the barrels and she puts it underneath the spigot that is now wide open and rushing air is hissing out of it. It is a
I tossed my spell bead to Alex. It's got another healing spell on it.
okay.
What is that? A D4?
No, that should be a D8. But let me check, make sure.
I appreciate it, Lark.
Anytime, amigo.
All right. Are you
Yeah,
guys
it's
going
1d8
to?
plus.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, D8 plus spellcasting ability modifier.
So I don't have any spell casting. It's just a straight D8.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, use my luck.
Oh man.
That's not allowed since I already know what's going to do.
So are you guys? Yeah. The spell bead just I'm sorry. Go ahead. It heals you for 1. Are you guys going to help them set up
So
the
I can't use
barricade?
it.
Might as well.
Is it going to be 2 short ones or 1 long one?
Well, whatever we can do to cover this area over here towards the east.
Yeah, and what's the like 2 short ones? Where would that go?
You tell me.
Well, it's 1.5 square here. Can we move these?
Yeah, I'll consider them moved if you want to like push them somewhere.
Is there
I
anything
want to
there?
push this hole.
Like if
That's 1.5. That's about 1.5, ain't it?
Yes.
So
is
yeah,
that a hole?
is what a hole.
All right. So you guys block off this
I'm
area right here
thinking
with that palisade.
no,
Yeah.
we were looking to oh, okay, with the palisade.
Wait, we're putting it there and that over here.
That was the question. I was saying what is that area? Like I know we want to block off
That's
this
the
area.
east, where you saw the zombies coming from. This is like the exact size of that.
I
So we
know
still have all that building material behind it.
I know my map doesn't communicate this very well, but these are roofs, right? And the roofs overhang the buildings. You're going to have at least a 5 or a 6 foot gap right here if you see me where I'm clicking.
Ah, okay.
So we want to block off. I
See it?
mean, do we have enough wood to block off there too? Like these 3 places?
You got enough to cover up 2 hexes.
And then that palisade, right?
You already put the palisade over here.
So that makes sense, right? It's like half a hex and then 1.5 over here.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean,
Yeah,
okay, so we do have enough.
I'm happy with that.
Okay, let me roll a d20, see what your
Cool.
workers are doing. They're doing okay. So you guys get the palisades up in time. No zombies come through your ranks just yet, but you know the dead are coming, and your barricades are not going to hold them forever. Where you want to position yourselves before they get here?
Can't we just get the water and go?
The water isn't
It's
coming out of
a,
the pipe just yet. It's forcing the air out through pressure right now.
Basically, at
all
the
right.
midpoint, so he says the water's here.
All right, guys. I need the melee guys up front, archers in the back. We'll hit them with range, and please keep the zombies back, and we'll cover y'all with range.
Okay, so um, Ban goes back over to protect Kira. He's one of her guys that she's trying to protect. And the guy with the crossbow comes over here to try to defend the watering area. The Dauntless guys, the guys with like the chimes and stuff hanging off of them, are both itching for a fight, and they both position themselves in the open.
That place where Kira and Pina is that a like a raised platform or like could zombies get there?
Okay, there are
Is there a
stairs right
wall?
here. There are stairs that go
Go.
up into like a walled area with a roof on top of it. This is like an area where people used to like go and get their water from this town square. So like the zombies would have to go up the stairs into this little building that's raised off the ground. I don't know, about 4 or 5 feet, and there's also a roof on top.
Okay, gotcha.
So the only entrance is right here.
Yeah, it's these stairs.
Alrighty.
Okay, so you guys go ahead and roll for initiative. Hooray! Okay, so the zombies you can hear the shuffling of feet and the moans coming from over in that direction, and the dead are starting to come up against your barricade. It's holding, but the dead are numerous, and they're starting to filter around as well, and they'll be trickling through pretty soon. All right, so time to do the whole. We're doing the combat order thing, so you guys are now inserted into the combat order.
So we'll just keep going through as if they're part of the right.
That's right. And zombies always go last. All right, so next is this bugbear on the floor here. He's going to attempt to get up. Let me roll a d20 for him. Yeah, he starts to struggle to his feet. He has to get one hand under him, and he's trying to get up. One of you, or both of you, can have an attack of opportunity as he tries to struggle to his feet.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hit him with my axe.
Okay, Dunnan, go ahead and roll damage on your punchy punch. All right, your last punch breaks his jaw and twists his head around until he dies. And he is quite dead. Okay, this goblin down here is going to attempt to shoot at the Eki. Or at Sungo Frog, excuse me. I always forget that. And he misses. Madam Claptrap, it is now your turn again.
So, am I safe in my assumption that the building has now been cleared?
The one we're standing in, yes. But you and Eki are.
Well, I don't really know that because I'm standing on the outside of the building. Somebody should yell at me right fast.
First building clear.
Thank you. All right, I'm coming to take. Excuse me. All right, I come take cover in building.
He tread her, punch her in the face when she walks to the door.
Gladly. Demon. Witch.
I heard that.
Just joke.
Just thinking about how over and pin us down in this house if we don't get out of here.
I'm gonna see this guy over here through the window. I'm gonna try to hit him with a Eldritch Blast.
Can you ping him again? I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Second story window.
Got it. Got him now. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. Okay, so
7 plus 4.
this is barely. Oh, actually, yeah, you do about twice his HP. So go ahead. How do you want to do this?
All right. So, who's right in front of me? The pink.
Done.
Done.
Yay. So I managed to walk inside the building, and the boys have their fun and say their sayings and ooga booga, and I go, oh, it's yeah. Anyways, I look across the street and I go, well, we better start something or else we'll never get out of here. Oh, that one, look up there in the building. And I kind of lean over, cleavage on the back of Dunnan's head, and go, I like that one. And I shoot the force bolt out of my finger, and it goes up and it crashes through the window and vaporizes the head straight off the shoulders of whatever was standing there as it falls to the floor. Ka-thunk!
And his lifeless body falls into this stairwell that was behind him, and he comes down to the ground floor.
I'm good at the end.
All right. More goblins. Could you believe it? All right. So this goblin can't see Eki, and he decides to leave his perch and come through the door where he was. He's going to attempt to fire his short bow again. Sungo, you have like what? How much AC?
Did he fall asleep?
Is he dead?
All right. I was starting to fall asleep during all that monologue. Sorry. That is a hit.
Okay. For 3. So another arrow sticking out of you. All right, the chanting continues from over in this building over here. Would you believe it? There's more goblins taking their turn now. Although none of them, this one can't see you. What about this one? All right, more peppering of Sungo with short bow attacks. That one doesn't hit.
I don't think the goblins like yes, Sungo.
Your AC is 18, right, Eki?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so now the ogres are finally getting into the game, and they're going to be running at you guys to try to get you tied up in melee. So this guy can go 40 feet at a run, or at a walk.
40 feet.
Yeah, he's a giant. He's got long legs.
Oh, maybe going in the house was a bad idea.
And he like
They go in there.
he stomps over here next to you guys, gets next to you and readies his great club. He goes after Treader first.
How's he gonna hit us inside the house though?
He's swinging through the doorway. I will give you guys +2 AC because you're ducking behind the door whenever he's swinging this shit.
Shit. We appreciate that.
He's rolling at advantage.
Why?
I don't know. Hold on.
I would honestly have him roll at disadvantage because he has to swing through a doorway.
No, I didn't mean to have him roll advantage. This is an yeah, okay. So now I got that correct. He rolled a 19 on his swing. You guys get Treader, you get +2 AC.
That gives me 20.
Okay, so he didn't quite hit you.
17.
Alex, it's your turn.
All right, Alex is gonna move forward. Oh, come on. There we go. Alex is gonna move right here and shoot at this zombie right in front of him.
Is somebody like making a margarita in the background or something?
Or having a sword fight?
All I wanted is watching The Grinch really loud. She just turned it down. Is that better?
I thought it was a blender full of ball bearings or something.
It was. It was. That's part of The Grinch. I turned out a bunch of bundles with screws and nuts bolts in it.
Okay. That's some good Foley work because that's the first thing that came to my mind.
You're a mean one.
Okay.
Am I the only one that James Earl Jones sings that?
Oh,
Wait, James Earl Jones sings that?
No, I thought he did.
Roll damage. Okay, so you blast this zombie directly in the head and he dies.
so I get that's a killing blow, right?
Yes.
So killing blows, weapon gains. I gain life equal to the damage done.
Ah, but it has to be a living target.
Really?
Yeah, we went over this.
Well, yeah. I thought the soul taker has to be living target when I gain 1 permanent damage. Vampirism kills. Okay, all right.
I'm sorry.
Well-
hang on. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were using the vampirism part of it. Okay. I thought you were doing like the permanent bonus thing.
No, that's for critical hits, right?
That's for critical hits, right? Okay, so
Yes,
vampirism.
the vampirism.
What do you get of it now?
Vampirism, killing blows with its weapons gains life equal to damage done.
Okay, so you did.
So I get 14 damage.
You did 5 damage. You only had 5 HP, so 5.
Out of 14. Okay, yeah.
He only had so much life to give you, brother.
That's fine. There's another one right next to it. I'm gonna shoot it again with my pistol.
Okay, roll for a hit. Okay, another
So
5 for you.
the funny part is, you might think that pistol is totally OP, but then you have to remember that he almost died getting it.
Yeah, and they also have to kill with it. It's not like it just each shot gives them that.
Yeah, it's only killing blows. Lucky
Yeah,
for
yeah,
him,
yeah.
he's got a shit ton of zombies right next to him.
That's not permanent HP, is it?
No, well, it is HP he's healing himself for.
Right.
Stack.
Is he damaged? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, the troll almost killed him last time.
Cool.
Yeah, this is only regen 6, right?
What regen 6?
You've only got 6 health back then, right?
1 health. Oh, the
You
max
just get 5 too.
So I got 10 health so far. Yes. They only have 5 health.
I see.
Yeah, this is meant to be a zombie killer weapon. Go ahead. What else you got?
And I just prepare in case a zombie comes over here. Can I do that? Or already did too many actions?
You just did 2 actions, right?
Yeah, but isn't that part of my duelist thing?
You have to use both
Then I
weapons,
also get an
right?
extra attack.
For your duelist thing, you got to use one weapon then the other, right?
So that's how it works. Okay, cool. So I did my extra attack. So yeah, I'm done.
Okay. It's ogre time. All right, this ogre over here is like, "What are you doing in my swamp?" And he starts running over to you guys with reckless abandon.
Listen here, Shrek.
He gets to about here. He can't quite get to you guys and take a swing because he's too slow. All right, more goblins, seeing that their ogre pets have gotten into melee range with you, they start coming out of their hidey holes to continue the withering fire they're trying to do. Eki, you're about to take another one, but it sucks and it glances off your armor. All right, the final ogre that you guys hadn't quite discovered yet over here, he can't wait anymore, and he runs out as well.
Oh boy.
That's what you get for rolling a 1 on the random encounter thing.
Eki, you're gonna have to skedaddle, buddy. I don't think you can make it in the house in time.
Dunnan, it's your turn.
Oh, grand.
Shotgun to the face. That's my goal.
All right. Let me read my shit real quick here.
Okay. Let me check what the ogre has as far as AC. Where are you, ogre? Okay, so his AC is fairly low. Continue. That one hits.
Okay, and my bonus for James being right beside me is
Plus
that
1.
the roll or the damage?
It is both attack and damage roll. It's like having a plus 1 weapon, but he's a dwarf.
And you can't wield me.
You can, if your strength is high enough.
And I'm sure it is.
One of these times I'll have Sun go like swing me around with my axe out so that I get extra reach.
Roll for damage. His AC is 11, so just continue if you've got over
Can
that.
you pick? Yeah, can you pick that up? Sorry.
All right, you're triggering payload in what kind of cone?
I hit the wrong damn button.
Oh, okay.
Is it Drunken Weave? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm just tabulating all this shit.
You coming back in the house, Cody?
I will in a second. You said it was 13?
His AC is 11. You still hit him here.
Okay.
Man, you got a good roll on how many things you could do. All right. Ogre's definitely bloodied. He's been bloodied for a couple shots now. Crit. Let me give you your card. It's piercing damage, so maximum damage. You may make another attack with disadvantage against the same target. All right, that one doesn't hit. But I'm still taking the 10 off of his HP.
Mm,
All right, that's another not hit. Ew, those are shitty rolls. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was all of them.
Well, the one of them was for the crit card, so this 14
Oh, that's
is
true. Okay, one more. Okay, that was minus 10. Okay, so he's down to 2 HP. If you hit him again, you're going to vaporize an ogre.
All right, and I'm going to slap him in the face.
It
Or
doesn't
attempt
hit. Yes, I have to roll noise. I know, Eki. It's like you get so many attacks, you can just continue.
Isn't that how he took down the big bastard in that church or in the Vamp's house?
The big guy
Shit,
with the
I just
armor,
went to
he
10
actually,
for my.
yeah, you killed this ogre. So you dance in and out. You're going under legs. You're going behind. You're dismantling this guy with your shotguns, and you end with an open palm strike directly on his chest. It stops his heart. Now I roll for noise. All right, no zombies at this time.
Hey, Frog, you might want to get in here. Or not.
What else do you want to do? Do you want to move, or are you going to stay where you are?
I'm going to stay right here and inside the building.
Okay, Sun Go Frog.
And they're going to.
Yeah, the ogres are coming to you. Mr. Go Frog, it's your turn.
Something, sorry. Where's the hitbox for both the ogres?
Any hex that they're touching with their model right now. Can you see their aura?
Okay. Yeah, no, I can see their aura. I'm just making sure for when I line up this spell.
Okay.
I'm going to move to right here with him, the wing, and from the door at second level.
Tasha's caustic brew. Okay. Dexterity save. If
So
they
it's
do
hitting both of
save,
them.
okay. If they do save, what is it? Half damage or no damage?
No damage.
Okay. Attempting to save. 9, 0.
So they are now covered in acid, and at the start of every turn, they take 2d4 damage.
Okay, you're doing +1 because you're next to. No, wait, you didn't get revived by
No.
Treader.
I don't get plus.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, it's d4 acid damage at the start of every turn because it's
Okay.
at second level.
Could you keep track of that for me?
So they're both taking.
Okay. So the ogre back here got covered a bit more than his friend. Like the other guy was able to partially dodge it. This guy over here took it like full in the face. So he's gonna be taking 2d4s every turn. He's got it bad.
They're going to both be taking the 44 because it's second level.
Oh, my bad. Okay. What else do you want to do?
As a bonus action, I will cast Healing Word on Madame Claptrap at second level.
Okay, you got that, Sam. You're gonna put that in your HP.
I'm sorry, I was watching the Drunken Weave video. What's up?
You get +8 to your health.
I love you.
Okay.
In my turn.
All right, Lark. It is your turn. We can't hear you, babe.
I believe that the term for you, Sungo, is thank you.
Okay. So, question. The zombies, you said that it was roofs. So are they like in houses?
No, they're coming down these alleyways here. I just have these here in the middle because I had nowhere else to put them. I need bodies. So you've got them like banging on barricades in like this thin area over here and over here. They're all bunched up
Okay.
between the houses. Just try to imagine these roofs continuing on.
Okay. So like if I were to put my can you hear me?
I can now, yes.
Okay. So if I were to put my fireball in that big mass, like
You're
would
probably
that
short a lot of houses.
Hold on just a second. Now, these guys in the middle do not exist. Okay, this is a roof right here. You can see these zombies in the alleyway. This conga line of dead people. There's more down here, past this one.
Okay, conga line sounds fun. I am going to move here. And then I am going to cast let's see, hold on. Where's my ruler? Okay. Lightning bolt. It is a 100-foot line. Hold on.
Whipping out the big spells.
It's weird. Wait. Hold on. Is it not in my... It's a big one, so
We can do it manually. It's fine.
Yeah.
So
How do I?
8d6
Okay.
lightning damage.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
so roll your 8d6s, and I will roll my zombie dexterity saving throw. Oh, what do you know? They're not very dexterous. What shit rolls? Okay, but anyway.
Yeah, that was 4. That was 4. Hold on.
Oh, my
Okay.
bad.
Still shit, but
That's pretty good.
oh wait, crap. Hold on. Did that work?
No, it's just
No.
giving us the spell. It's all right. You rolled for damage. The first roll, like the 4d6s you rolled, would have killed them anyway. Like you send a
Okay.
lightning bolt down this conga line of zombies, and it kills them all.
Cool.
So your lightning arcs through the zombies, through your barricade, and they twitch, convulse, fall to the ground, all of them smoldering. And since you didn't use fire for once, you didn't catch your barricade on fire. Good for you.
Okay. And then I guess I'm gonna go back up to over here by these guys again. So
Okay.
cool. I think
Tr-
that's it.
Treader, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to cast a heal spell on Dun and Ironwing. Could I get Sungo to move his character?
I got him. No, wait,
see.
I got done and hold on. Got him. Okay.
When I look at Dunnan's health bar,
It's like,
he took a pretty massive hit from that bug.
yes, he's around half HP.
Okay, I'm going to cast a second level Cure Wounds on him. What crap rolls?
Yeah,
At least it's something.
It was okay. You got the minimum on one of your die.
So, and then I'm going to step back from the door frame, just one square, so that I'm not blocking anybody else's shot. And that was a action. So that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Let me just find the particular goblin that's trying to do this here. So the goblins are getting bold, and they're trying to sprint over your way with their ogres. You can see at least one goblin break cover and come your way in the street. It's Anafamilia's turn next.
Goblins coming in the street.
They're depraved little bitches. Yo, Claptrap.
Sleepy face fun redhead.
Claptrap.
Sam MG.
Hey, Sam. We lost him.
Sam!
Past his bedtime.
Yeah, it's getting late over here. And Eki's falling asleep too. Do you guys want to continue this tomorrow?
I won't be available tomorrow. I'm gonna be getting up at 3 a.m. every morning for the next week.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
geez.
fine, man. Tuesday then? What do you think?
Sure.
We're losing people. Everybody's dropping.
They're
Okay, so maybe tentative Tuesday. We'll pick this up where we left off. I will continue. I will keep the combat order, and I'll remember where everything's going.
I had to pee. Sorry.
Oh, he's back.
okay.
Okay.
We
Well,
thought you were asleep.
We thought
Yeah,
you passed out.
we thought you fell asleep.
No, I had to go pee. I'm sorry.
Well, Eki, how do you want to? Do you want to continue this, or do you want to continue this Tuesday?
Nah, let's knock it out, man. Eki needs to sleep.
Yeah, we're sorry to keep you up like this, Eki. I didn't realize you were getting up early like that every day.
It's all good, man.
Are you okay with Tuesday?
We could finish it out. I mean, I'm already wouldn't get any sleep anyways.
You'll get 3 hours of sleep.
Nah, you go to bed, dude. Tentative Tuesday, and you let us know if you're actually able to do that. We can always continue this next time.
Yeah, dude, this is a game. We can always postpone it.
Right now, it's looking like we'll finish up this portion of the job either Wednesday or Thursday.
So Saturday? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we can do it again this coming up Saturday if they all are good.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah.
Let me stop the recording here. YouTube, we're splitting this up into 2. I won't be posting this until next week, though, because there's hidden things that I don't want being revealed.